And welcome back. You are listening to Lady T, and this is Say Something here on TMI Radio, where we are local, national, and global. Here on Say Something, we say what others are afraid to. We focus on relationships and social issues that affect both you and I. We broadcast every first and third Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. To call in and get in on this topic, it is 972-891-8864. Tonight's topic is going to be the cheating curve, the art of cheating. The last show was on bad relationships and what makes a bad relationship, and everyone agreed that the number one reason that a relationship goes sour is cheating. So, with that being said, we had to say something. Yes, cheating is bad. Cheating is wrong. And tonight, we're going to uncover some interesting facts about cheating. So, but first, let's introduce the voices that you're going to hear tonight. Ladies first. We have with us, you've heard her on here, speaking her knowledge. She is the blogger to from rootsofthesoul.com. My bad. Miss K Joy, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for listening, guys.
No, girl, thank you. Love your energy.
Thank you.
Yes. And in the studio, we have a special guest, poet, author. You've seen him at the Addison Improv. You've seen him at the Arlington Improv. Comedy is his craft, and we're going to give it up for a first-time guest, the no-shirt comedian.
Yeah, what's up? Woo! My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes.
And he's a singer. I didn't know that. How you doing?
I'm no shirt with a shirt on today. It's raining outside.
No shirt. You had to put a shirt on today.
I had to put one on today.
That could cause
Lord have mercy.
serious health problems. All right. Well, I am so glad to have you here on Say Something.
Thank you.
And why don't you start off? Tell us how you got the name, the No Shirt Comedian.
Well, I want you to go to Google and type in the No Shirt Comedian and Google me, and then go to YouTube, and I got a video on there that's going to tell you, break it all down. It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. I got a blue shirt on, the hat and everything. This is going to break it down. I became the No Shirt Comedian because it's a spiritual thing, and a lot of people think it's a sexual thing, but it's not. We all have insecurities in our bodies. Some think we're too fat, too black, too light. Well, my face has always been 3 times darker than the rest of my body, so I always covered up my body. Mm-hmm. And then one day I said, you know what? I gotta love me for who God made me. So you know what? The heck with people talking about me. My face is dark and my body is light. I took off my shirt and the No Shirt Comedian was born. I said, you gotta love me for who I am. Thank you, Jesus, for making me. And here I am. That's where the No Shirt Comedian came.
All right. Nice. Let's say that.
Amen.
All right. Yes. I was a little confused by the name at first. I'm like, the No Shirt.
That's our sinful world we living in.
No, I'm like, wait a minute. You mean you just don't wear a shirt? But when I looked it up, yes.
Yeah. And then you go on Facebook and check me out and everything. And I look good, I look better than Steve Harvey. I just don't have a shirt on. That's all.
And you got hair.
And I got But you're not supposed to know that. I only got hair when you can't see. How you know?
Okay. My bad. Well, the pictures is
okay.
Anyway,
I'm gonna keep you off guard, but it's all good.
I'm gonna say it too much already. Shout out to Hotwood keeping the background going, and he's also the head of our HR department.
Shout out.
Yep. He made that clear last show that he's head of our HR department. But anyway, let's get into it. If it affects you in any way, then you need to say something. And by that I mean this. Everyone has something that bothers them, something that strikes a chord in them, something that convicts them, something they feel very strongly about. You may not be able to solve the issue at that moment, but you can at least start it off by saying something. You are a voice in this world, and you deserve to be heard. Now, with that being said, if you want to be heard on this show, you need to call in to 972-891-8864. And let's get into this cheating. The cheating. Cheating, the ability of getting a reward by being dishonest. And what is perhaps the easier way of getting out of an unpleasant situation. But what is cheating really? What makes a person... Let's start off right there. What makes a person decide, hey, I'm going to cheat? We have so many shows dedicated to cheating and busting cheaters and help for cheaters and Cheaters Anonymous. Though, I mean, I don't know how you cheater, but that's a whole nother topic. But what really is defined as cheating? Because everybody has their own little different definition of cheating. They don't think it's cheating if you're just flirting with someone, if you just, casually grab someone's butt. That's not cheating.
Interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Just varies. Some people would consider that cheating.
Yeah.
Grabbing, groping, that could be a little disturbing for certain parties and involved in a relationship.
Yeah, people say that it's quote unquote flirtatious behavior, but does that flirtatious behavior, is that an open door for cheating?
It could be.
It could be.
I think an invitation.
I think that you have to start out by saying, okay, what you're talking about, is it two people that are married or two people that's just in a relationship?
We can say two people that's in a relationship, and then we can go to two people that are married.
Okay. And two people in a relationship, I think what cheating is two people have came to a verbal agreement, a verbal contract, and they broke the verbal contract. And even though they broke the verbal contract, it was never legal anyway. Mm-hmm. I mean, so what is cheating? If you're not married, then it's nothing.
Right. But some people consider if you're in a exclusive relationship, if you're going to say, this is my man, this is my woman, that still in that relationship, you're supposed to be faithful. And
I agree with that. And everything I say is coming from No Church Comedian philosophy. Right. We got people who are not faithful in a relationship with God every day, but we expect people in the flesh to be faithful. And so my thing is like this: until you get your faithfulness right with God, you can't expect me to be faithful. Because if your man could be more faithful to you than God, then you got an issue. You got issues going on there.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, some people say, I've heard this: the moment the thought even entered your head, you thought about it, you gonna cheat it, you gonna messed up. Yep. Right there, you thought about it.
A lot of
people
thought
about that person
way,
in a sexual way. You looked at that woman's butt. You did it. You know you did it. I saw you when you did it.
Some people feel like if the intent's there and you're already thinking it in your mind, it's just a matter of time before you're weak enough to fall, to possibly fall into that. Depending on what's going on in your relationship, it's very apt to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely could see that being a concern. Okay. I think in reference to what the No Shirt comedian said, I'll just bounce off of that. It is great to have the spiritual aspect, but unfortunately we have a lot of people out there that do not believe in God, don't believe in, the thought of Christ. The same goes for, people that are completely against that kind of spirituality. So when we talk about this, people please realize it's going to be broad. We'll be talking about it from a Christian point of view, but also for those people that are not believers, because she definitely wants to cover all realms, I believe.
Yep, we're going to cover everything. Caller, we have a caller. If you are ending 7343, you need to say something. What's going on?
Okay. Hi, Kateria. This is Dewana with Facebook Friends.
Hey, Dewana. I know
hey,
you.
How you doing?
No government name.
I kind of agree with what the gentleman said about if you're not in a marriage, that is technically not considered cheating. However, if you verbally agree with that, you come to a verbal agreement with that person and say, hey, if I'm with you, I'm just with you, then that needs to be respected. Now, if you take it to the marriage level, then it's a legally binding. You've made vows before God and you're wrong. So I guess my perception on cheating has changed slightly because I'm not married anymore, because now I'm thinking, okay, well, how can you cheat on somebody that you're not married to, because technically you're still considered single until you are married.
That's a good little twist. You're very smart.
Point, Dewana.
Well, thank you. I
got you, girl. I got you. That is true.
Now, if I'm with somebody and he cheats, I know it almost sounds like I'm contradicting myself. Yeah, I would have an issue with that because, but that's just how I am. That's how I'm wired. But for other people, some people don't see a problem with it. They take that perspective that I just gave about, you're technically still single. But I don't, I just confused myself.
Are you a Christian?
No, you didn't, Dewana.
Are you a Christian?
Yes, I am.
And so, do you expect your man to be more faithful to you than he is to God, or vice versa?
I understand where you're coming from with the being faithful to God. You know, we're all works in progress. But
That's a
that
hard
one. I would have to take that to a marital standpoint.
Yeah, because the no shirt comedian is going to give you some hard stuff. It's not going to be easy about this day because I come down here in the rain and cars almost hit me and everything. So I'm going to make y'all work for this, and I got some good information for you. So before the show is over, you're going to have a whole different outlook on relationship.
Okay.
All right, DeWanda, stay on the line, all right?
Okay, I sure will.
All right. In the studio, coming in out of the rain, thank you. He wrote the book, Second Place Women That Come In First, life coach, writer, and host Andy. Say something.
What's happening, good people?
What's up?
Hey.
Some Johnny Taylor on the way in. Lies. Just trying to get myself together, ready for the show.
I need you to stay off the Blues Network. I really do.
It's a real, it's a real song. Not only can you hear the emotion, but you can understand what this man is going through. He had to tell his woman so many times over and over again, I've been lying to you, and she's even picking up on what I'm doing. It ain't cheating no more. She know I'm out here doing this.
Wow.
So that's a deep song in itself.
It is.
You know what? That brings me to a question. Is it cheating if you don't get caught? Is it still considered cheating?
If you don't get caught?
If you don't get caught, nobody knew you did it.
Yeah, it's cheating.
It's still cheating. Someone brought up that point, Lady T, as we talked about a little earlier
Yeah.
in the Facebook group. That's
Because if you lie to yourself, you're cheating to yourself.
Exactly.
If you feel guilt inside yourself, then that's cheating. If
But
I
what if
rob
you
a
don't
bank
feel guilty?
and get away with it, like I was telling you earlier before, I still robbed a bank.
Right.
Even though nobody knew it, because I got to deal with my own guilt inside of myself. And a lot of people, they trying to put it on somebody else. But what you feel, when I lay down with a woman and afterwards I get up and I feel like, why did I do that? I cheated myself. We got to be real with ourselves. And so that's where it all starts, is with the individuals. There's so many people in relationship that's not taking responsibility for themselves. You got to start with you when that relationship don't work, because it's a seed inside of you. You get people, man, who got cancer, and the doctor tell them you got to stop smoking, but they still smoke, even though they got cancer. You know why? Because that seed in them is not gone yet. And so until that seed is gone, you're going to continue to cheat.
I agree with that. Let me ask this. I'll make a caveat to that. If you lay down with someone and you get that feeling like you just said, why did I lay down with this person? What if that person is your spouse?
Mm-hmm. And then you still got to go back to you.
Yeah, if you feel, because some people would feel uncomfortable laying with their own spouse,
right,
and feel more comfortable laying with somebody else.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But it's the problem inside of you, not her. Because she's feeling good. You not feeling good. And so it all goes back to the individual. It's all the individual thing. This life, you born into the world by yourself. You die by yourself, and you living it by yourself. It's the individual life. And so many people trying to bring relationships together. Yeah, you can bring two people together, but it's still the individual thing. You don't control each other. You don't own each other. You're God's property.
Definitely.
That's real.
All right. Now, here's something. Now, you don't get caught cheating. Well, let's say you do get caught. Shout out to Elliot. Just walked in the door. E. Say hey.
What's up, E?
Say hey, E.
What's going on, everybody?
All right. I thought you was J.J. Walker when you came up in here. Boy.
Oh, no. Oh, with the hat.
From Good Time, yeah.
He looked like Earl from the Jeffersons.
Yeah, from the Jeffersons.
Oh, my goodness.
Woo!
It's raining
We
outside. The
moving
man
on
needed
now.
a hat. Come on now. It's stylish. But, okay, let's say you do get caught cheating. Or let's say that you're in an open marriage where you accept cheating. You have, a lot of married couples have this thing, the pass. The weekend pass or whatever. You can do it. You can cheat. I just don't want to know about it. I don't want to see it. Don't bring me home. No diseases. Is that still considered, and Andy, you brought this up to me, is it still considered cheating, or is it just flat out infidelity at that point?
Well, it's cheating the thing is, if the other person knows about it, it's not cheating anymore because they know what you're doing.
Right.
So you're still like the No Shirt comedian said, you're cheating yourself. But all the way around, it's really a problem because you haven't said to yourself, okay, I know what's going on. I admit what's going on. And I recognize that there's an issue, but am I willing to make a stance to resolve it? That's where we really tend to come up short. We don't fall for the resolution. We don't try to attack the resolution. We just let it pass and assume that as long as I'm feeling good and nobody's been caught yet, the thrill of not being caught and the thrill of not being found out makes people keep going to it. But when we find ourselves in a position where we're caught, now it's just stagnant. We're just getting by. We're just doing the act just to be doing it.
Just doing it to be doing it?
Just doing it to be doing it. Because you can.
Some people do that. They just want to know they can.
They just want to know you can.
You know what? I read an article that said cheating can be healthy for a relationship because it can take pressure off.
Spontaneity.
And that's what?
Spontaneity.
Okay.
Shouldn't you be bringing that in your own relationship, not looking for it on the outside?
Exactly.
Just curious.
I'm just,
But I understand that unfortunately sometimes that's not there, and that's why people are seeking it elsewhere. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to speak for him, but we don't know what's going on. But the point of it is, and I definitely agree with the No Shirt comedian, a relationship dating is definitely differently viewed than being married. However, if you're dating and you're exclusive and you have that understanding, you want to make sure you're on the same page. That's the whole reason why you want to communicate about what cheating is, why it would be a problem, and if you're not going to take that step, maybe you're not ready to be that serious with that person. And even further, once you do get to marriage, because unfortunately, I've heard a lot of people say that I'm going to settle down once I actually marry that person. So what has been the point for dating them for 3 to 4 years with all, meeting family, raising kids, get whatever you're doing, and you're not ready to get serious. You're still playing because once you put that ring on it or accept that ring, then you're going to settle down.
I can give you a healthy example of, I understand what somebody's saying when they said it could be healthy. And the reason why, because they got a thing called these days swingers. You ever heard of swingers?
Yeah.
And
Gotham City, baby.
so swingers, that's healthy for them because their
I
whole
think they're here in South
mindset is my mate knows what I'm doing. So that's healthy for their relationship. I don't know, people say Will and Jada, but I mean, it could be healthy to some relationships, and I can see how, because the whole concept of it is knowing and not doing it behind each other's back. So that could be healthy for that marriage.
But that's where it comes back to the basis of the relationship.
Yeah.
What are you looking for and what are you willing to accept and deal with? Because if you make that decision up front, then both of you know what's going on. It's not necessarily cheating if you have agreed to go to a swingers club and both get it in with whoever you decide and go home. However, just like many movies and other things will show, the problem that poses is what happens when you see that mate enjoying that person a little more than you. I think you mentioned that, lady T.
Yes.
Somebody saying the wrong person's name in bed. Somebody seems to be getting off a little better from Joe Blow over here, or wifey, is moaning a little more. How do you handle that then, now that you brought that into your dating life or your marriage?
I don't think people...
Yeah.
I mean, Elliot, I completely agree. I completely agree.
The man with the hat says you got to do better.
Get a mic, Elliot. Come on.
But you know what? If I was a swinger, I probably wouldn't have a problem with the other person getting more than the other one, because I would bring me some nipple butter. And then while they doing their thing, I'll do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to love yourself first. And a lot of people don't know about self-love, man. You got to love I could love myself better than anybody can.
So wait a minute. You talking about you're going to be sitting in the corner watching with nipple butter?
No, I'm not going to be watching. My eyes going to be closed. I'm going to be into myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But some people do.
my
Lady T, some people do enjoy watching.
The No Shirt comedian has said he has nipple butter on display.
And
She did.
I got to figure out how to package it, and I'll be selling, huh?
She just shifted right there, lady. It's on camera. She just shifted. The nipple butter made her shift.
I need you to stop.
You see what I'm saying?
But you know what? I posted that question too. Is masturbating considered a form of cheating? And people were like, no. And I'm like, okay, let's really think about this. You walk in on your significant other, boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever you may, and they are pleasuring themselves. And it may not even be to the image of you. It's the image of something else. Okay. You don't consider that stepping out.
No.
Nope.
It's not. Remember, I was talking about loving yourself.
Right.
So if you loving yourself, what's wrong with that? The only problem I have with it is, this is where men have problems with it, because they feel like they ain't doing the right thing, and so they ain't giving her enough, so she got to satisfy herself. So you start feeling guilty because you feel like you can't do what she do. But the bottom line is, I would rather my woman do that than go sleep with another man, because there ain't nothing wrong with loving yourself.
And there are plenty of couples that enjoy, watching the other one get off with toys.
But, I'm going to be a little upset if I come in and I see that scenario, I'm be like, you know what, you are just really selfish.
Well, he
You
said,
know,
I was
so-
just waiting for you to come
But
home.
does, I mean,
Nah,
does
that ain't wait.
So,
You're just selfish.
okay, so you say that, but I mean, we know that most guys, they have other ways of getting off, Lady T. So it's an issue if he decides in between, y'all having y'all's moments that he's using a hand, or
It's five.
that's a
play.
problem,
I'm
or
just
what
saying,
did you
I'm
say?
Five play.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like, is that
I'm
that
a
an
foreplay
issue?
myself.
Is that a concern?
I gotta keep my thumb to suck on.
Yes, spoken. Yes, spoken.
Y'all, the call-in number 972-891-8864. If you need to say something about this, somebody please say something.
Somebody call in.
So wait a minute. So masturbating not considered cheating. What about you walk in and they're masturbating, watching porn? Let's change it up. That's not cheating.
That's where those conversations come into play. You got to know what you're good with, and if your dude's watching porn and you like watching porn, have those conversations like we were
Right.
talking about before the show started. If you sit down and really understand who you're getting with and be honest, that's my thing. I want to know up
right,
front.
be
Tell
honest.
me who you are, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I mean that when I say it. So a lot of people we realize don't. But if you tell them up front, hey, I really enjoy porn, getting off to whatever, that person has the right to know that and decide, okay, I can deal with my dude getting off like that or whatever. If I'm out of town, I know he's okay. Instead of stepping out, he's taking care of his business.
Okay.
Now, if
And
I
not
walk
with
in the
another
room
chick.
and she with a dog, I'm
Now
gonna be mad because the dog, I'm already
understand, I was not
envy of
advocating
him
an
anyway.
animal.
Wait a minute, not
I
cuddles.
was not advocating.
How did cuddles get into the
What
bed
are you doing
like
with
that?
Bruno?
He's talking about a dog, cuddling with a dog.
And he's
Oh,
licking
he's talking
peanut
about
butter.
peanut butter.
No.
Yeah, now I'm a
Hey,
mad.
Joy was not advocating animals. Please understand.
Wait a minute. Okay, now, men, I'm hearing y'all say that it's nothing wrong with that. But if you walked in on your woman doing that, and let's say she watching, Johnny Long sausage dick, and she just moaning outrageously. I'm sorry.
Well, that's
It
just a
had to
fantasy.
be said.
That's just a fantasy. She's just watching as a fan. But still, no, don't watch that. Turn some cartoons on, woman. What's wrong with you?
Cartoon.
Okay, well, what if she watching Family Guy and what's his name, Quagmire just got a giggity giggity.
And then I'll say,
Y'all saying y'all wouldn't have a problem with that man in the room?
well, you got to role play. Just get in and say, I'm him, and then just role play and just act like him. Then that's what she wanted at that time.
But I want this battery operated thing right now that I have.
Over you?
Yeah.
Now that
Is she
could
making
be a
it? Is she,
concern. If-
now, if you approach her while
What
she
AB
got the
is
toy and
saying.
she pushes you away,
Yeah, she pushes
Never
you
got a
away.
problem.
That's the
Right.
problem.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're role playing,
Yeah. If you role
and
play,
you watch her and see where she's trying to take this character, you want to get into the next scene.
I've
right.
heard some people
right.
say they really enjoy those kind of things.
Yeah. Get into the next scene, like you
Hello.
Apparently, AB is one.
I have a very vivid imagination.
I think.
I'll leave it right there.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh my
Lord.
God. Leave it right there.
Thank God this ain't a Sunday. Oh, this is a Bible study night, huh?
It is.
It's never a Bible study.
Okay, I'm
It
just-
say
my bad.
something.
But
with
this
ladies.
topic could help bring some people closer together. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
It should. It's
could.
supposed to.
It is.
Can we get some
It's
people that
positive.
didn't go to Bible study tonight to call in?
Y'all need to text your friends, hit your folks.
Well,
on
I've got,
Facebook.
I've got some stuff coming in
people
from
on
some
Twitter.
coworkers that were listening on the way home. So I
yeah.
just want to give a shout out to my company. I can't say the name because of the topic, but I want to give a shout out to my company. Y'all know who you are. Thank you for listening in and supporting.
Yeah.
Your coworkers can't say where you work at?
Well, no, I'm not saying they cheat. I'm saying I'm getting some feedback that they're listening in. I appreciate their support.
Oh,
I am
okay.
not saying that they are cheating. No, that is.
okay.
Please understand that is not what Joy
I
just
know.
said.
I know my coworkers that are cheating. If you don't call in right now, 972-891-8864, I'm going to drop your name. I'm going to drop your
Oh,
spouse's
wow,
name.
where
I'm
you
gonna
work.
do it all.
Now, if y'all work
Wow.
at Lifeway Christian Bookstore and you happen to call in, we ain't gonna say nothing, but we just gonna recognize.
Everyone, it's a process, right? Isn't that what they say? I mean, workers.
It's all a
It's a
process.
process.
Is there a 12-step program for cheating?
You know,
I don't know.
there was a movie
Nah.
that came out about sex addiction. So there was a guy that went to rehab for that. I don't know
A
if it
rehab
was
for
real.
sex addiction?
I don't know if it was real. I mean,
And
it was
then
a
he didn't want to
fiction
have sex
movie.
no more after that?
Oh
So
no,
what
I
was-
mean, he just learned to control his urges is what the movie. came
That's
to.
mental.
Right.
That's a mental thing.
Yeah, it's
Well, I
all
mean, but
mental.
now that people have that, they claim they have sex addiction issues. Is that real?
Yeah, it's real.
It's
Is
real.
So yeah, so
Wait a minute, you speaking a little bit too loud.
You can be addicted to it.
so if it's real, I mean, how do you
You
handle
addicted?
that in a relationship?
Oh.
You know,
Elliot, is there something I need to know?
No, I mean, you can get addicted to anything. I mean,
Get a mic, Eric. Come on, man.
Come on, Coach E, give us some flavor, man. What's
yeah, most people use that as an excuse. They're like, and then go to rehab and say, I got fixed. You know what I'm saying? But it's not really the reason. Because if they really addicted to sex, the wife would probably be the first one to say, like, okay, this man got a problem.
Okay.
Shout out to Robin Thicke right there.
Well, let me ask you something. Like you said, addiction is not addiction. How many times in a 24-hour day should I keep it real busting up? I mean, if I busting up 5 times a day, is that ridiculous? Or is it 10 or 20? Or
I don't think women have the same issue.
so is it?
We don't have a
We don't have
So
the same issue.
is there a number of times that it goes overboard?
I mean, if it...
5? Can I get a 10?
5.
Can I get a 10?
We got. Can we get 10, 1 on 10, 1 on 10, 1 on 20, 1 on 20?
11
got
gone.
something to do afterwards. I mean, if you got
I don't know, Lady T. I mean, do
Like-
we have that to look forward to?
No,
I don't think-
no. I just need a
Busy.
10-minute nap and I'm okay. I mean, can I use the bathroom and
Busy.
take a nap and I'm good.
Just curious.
So,
Like, you
so
know,
I'm asking him, what number do you get to say you're addicted, or is there not a number?
I mean, when it starts, I think when it starts disrupting, like, your day, then you would say, I got a
Okay,
problem.
so now that answers your question. You can be addicted.
That's why you can't be addicted.
Right.
But, I mean,
So you can be addicted. And I believe that you could be addicted. Because, like, in an hour, I might, 10 times in an hour, something wrong with me.
you might just...
But I mean, I do
You
that
got a
just,
little bit too much built up. You need
well,
to work
no,
on-
well, it helps with my being constipated. You know, I don't do it all
Oh,
the
my
time.
Jesus,
all
what?
the time. Anyway, let's go. Somebody
bring
else.
that
Okay,
topic
you
back.
know what? Caller,
bring this-
caller, beginning 832, ending 7399. You
H-Tone.
please say something.
Hey, this is Goody. How are y'all?
Hi, Goody.
What's
We're
going on,
good.
Goody?
Miss Goody.
We've been wanting some goodie.
How you doing and shit, Miss Goody?
I'm good and shit. How are you?
I know you are
All
good.
right.
What do you have to say on this topic of cheating?
Well, you gotta. I think that cheating is not necessarily just sex. If it's something that you can't be honest with your partner about, if you gotta lie about it, you're cheating. Because if there's an expectation of exclusivity, you can't be cheating unless there's an expectation of exclusivity. If you're dating more than one person and they know you're dating more than one person, you're not cheating.
Okay.
So I think there first has to be an expectation of exclusivity. I do feel like once a cheater, that not always a cheater, but if once they
Agreed.
cheated on you, they always gonna cheat on you.
Wow.
If you let's say it's a man and a female, okay, if he cheats on you on the woman and she takes him back, she's telling him it's okay for me to cheat on you. If he cheats on her and she leaves, he realizes there are consequences to that behavior, and he may do it differently the next time around.
A hush fell
Okay,
over
because
Jerusalem.
men
I
and
feel
men
it.
and women cheating are different. When a woman cheats on a man, he find out he gone.
I
That's
do
it.
agree. It is
I
very
agree.
different.
Men take cheating a whole lot.
Well, that's
different
probably
than we
because,
do.
like we said, women tend to cheat a little more. I mean, there are some that are going to cheat physically only, but there's a lot that are going to cheat for the emotional background.
Right.
And in having some discussions with people
but
today,
you
that was
also
one of the
gotta
biggest
think
concerns.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I apologize.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, well, no, I was gonna say with male cheating and female cheating, they say men cheat more or women cheat more or cheat better or whatever. You got to just figure out, okay, when you mean get away with cheating, do you mean okay, I cheated, I got caught, and she let me stay, or I cheated and never got caught? What means getting away with? Because women don't get caught, because we know that when we get caught, he's out. There's no second chances on that one. If you cheat on a man, he's gone. With a woman, she might take me back, or she might no.
We need
The dude,
time to
you already know that's
process.
done.
You know what? I agree with that. Men take cheating. Men
harder.
are
Yeah,
cheat
so
on
you
a
gotta figure
man.
out, if
You
men
cut
cheat
off.
better or women cheat better. You got to figure out what better means, or get away with. Yeah, decide what you're going to define get away with as.
But what was the cheating? You know what I mean? Like the whole reason for it is what defines the cheating. I mean, are we talking about, like she said earlier, groping someone's behind? Or are we talking about full out physical? Or are we talking about instead of coming home, she's sitting over at homeboy's house telling her problems about old dude?
Yeah.
Is it, what
I
constitutes
think,
cheating?
I think it's cheating is anything you can't tell your partner about. If you're doing something you can't tell your partner about, and there's an expectation of exclusivity with that partner, that could mean text messages. That could mean, when the dishonesty comes into play.
I agree.
Is when the deception comes into play is when you're cheating. It doesn't necessarily have to be full on doggy style. You know what I'm saying? If there's something going on that my man can't know about, or my woman can't know about, I'm cheating.
You know what?
They work.
I like that. And hold on, because I'm finna move into another topic. Please stay with me.
Okay.
Everybody think that cheating just has to be sex, physical. There's emotional cheating. There's this new cyber sex cheating thing that's going on.
You know what I think the bottom line is, and this is what a lot of people don't realize, and look at me differently because I'm not like the average dude. But anyway, the bottom line is...
Yeah, you don't like to wear a shirt.
Yeah. Oh, boy. But the bottom line is everybody ain't going to be right until this world is over. Everybody gonna do wrong. You got people do wrong. You got people do right. Some people ain't gonna never want to do right. And sometimes you can want to do right. And I can break down on the spiritual side. You got the carnal man and the spiritual man. Even if you want to do right, you still do wrong. So the bottom line is sometimes we just gonna do wrong. You could tell an alcoholic, if you don't quit drinking, you're gonna die. He's still gonna drink because some people gonna be wrong. So when you get in a relationship with any human being on this earth, let me tell you, I don't care what area it falls in, either they gonna be right or they gonna be wrong. We all do wrong. All do wrong. It depends. It don't have to be sex. It could be anything. But wrong is in us. That's why we can't go to heaven in this flesh. So it all boils down to doing right and wrong. And so a person ain't gonna do right all the time. That's the bottom line. No matter if they married, in a relationship or not, being real with that individual, they ain't gonna always do the right thing.
You know what I've noticed with most people, the physical, okay, you might can get past that. The emotional attacks them even more. Because with the emotional, that's a friendship that blossoms into, we're besties, BFF, to a more emotional connection. More intimate. Yes, intimacy.
Intimacy.
I can give
intimate cheating is a big deal. Like it's different because when you have that space, when you allow someone else into that intimate space of your where your partner should be, not only have you stepped outside of what your relationship is supposed to be if there's an expectation of exclusivity, but you shared a part of yourself that's supposed to be specifically for that person. So there's a level of deception necessary. There's a level of duplicity necessary to where your trust has been eviscerated. It hasn't just been betrayed.
Exactly.
Let me ask you something, caller. This is no sugar community. Let me ask you a question. I'm talking to everybody. Do you feel like just because a person marries you or you're in a relationship with a person, that's going to stop them from doing the wrong things in life? Because, and so that's what I'm talking about. It boils down to doing right or wrong. Just because I marry a woman ain't going to stop me from doing wrong.
You know what? I would think that once you marry someone, you would have enough respect for them not to take, a turn against your vows.
I don't think it's about respect because, like I said before, if a man has got cancer and the doctor tell him if you don't stop smoking, you're going to die, he's still going to keep smoking because if you hook, like you said, the addiction is an addiction. And so if you're doing wrong, it's wrong.
You lose responsibility
and some people can't stop doing wrong because they have that issue. We all got different issues in this room. Whatever my wrong is, if I marry you or not, it's not going to disappear my wrong.
Well, and it also depends on what you're looking for out of that.
That wrong may not necessarily be cheating. That wrong may be honesty. That wrong may be, if baby, I look fat in this, and he say no, okay, he's lying, but there are different. It depends on what you're talking about as far as.
I think people are putting too much pressure on people. I meet you and we go out and then we commit. Well, I'm expecting you to do no more wrong because the no shirt comedian is in your life. No, you still gonna do
no more wrong as far. You mean I'm expecting you to be monogamous with me, or how do you define?
No, I'm
wrong?
Just talking about in the flesh doing wrong. Period. Sin. Period. We gonna still do sin. Period. If a person's in our life or not.
Yeah, but we talking about cheating right now.
But cheating is wrong, and some people just got a wrong seed in them.
I'm saying, but
a dog is a dog.
You're always gonna do wrong, but like as far as cheating concerns, if you love like sex more than you love your wife, then you're going to continue to have sex.
But there's some people that love their wife, but they still got a problem with sex.
Well, and there's people that are okay with that. Some people are looking for different things. Everyone's not marrying for the
Right.
vows of God. Everyone's not looking for the same relationship. So
You're
some
right.
people are okay with that. I know, unfortunately, I know some women that are like, I don't care what he does as long as he's bringing a check home.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
Right. They want a provider. They're
there's a
not
whole lot of
necessarily
other things
looking
that can
for a
come
Right.
home
So the
with
marriage by
brother.
itself ain't
So,
gonna-
Yeah,
right.
I'm sorry, I wasn't that person, but I
well,
did
definitely
put
not.
I did put a post up on Say Something MP WordPress about emotional cheating. I mean, let's really consider this. The deepest, darkest secrets that you think are supposed to be in your household are revealed to someone else. A good example of that. Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Now, this season, Little Scrappy and his girlfriend Bambi had a miscarriage. Well, instead of talking about it to Bambi, he went to Erica's house and he talked to Erica P about it. And it don't matter how big her butt was, boy. I mean, he talked to Erica P about it, and he just kept coming back. And so when Erica finally met Bambi, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your miscarriage." And she's like, "What? Why do you even know about that? Why are you
Violation.
discussing that? Do you not feel that that is the same as physical, the deception? Why couldn't you talk to me about
The
that? You
emotional
went and
is
talked.
there.
Yeah, the emotion. They have that.
From the perspective that I saw, it looked like they were having that he and Bambi were talking about it, but it looked like him and Erica P were more than friends. Like there was an intimacy, there was a latent sexual tension there. So the fact that he was reaching out to her he was trying to reach out to her and play the nice guy, the soft guy. I need consolation, I need to be consoled type thing. He wasn't telling her genuinely, quote unquote, as friends, and she didn't come up off Bambi and say that to her in the middle of a nightclub and her first time meeting this woman. She said it to be messy.
Yeah,
she said
she
it,
did.
and she got lit because she that's not how you approach somebody the first time meeting them.
Yeah.
So there was a level of sexual tension there. There was already a level of duplicity before the miscarriage part even came. Now if your partner has a miscarriage, you talk to them, you talk to your partner about it, and you're talking to your friend about it. If that's just your friend, that's not intimate cheating if you're talking to your partner about it as well. But where it comes to intimacy cheating is there was a latent sexual tension, a latent sexual attraction that they were addressing off camera.
Yeah.
That sort of manifested on camera and I guess wasn't supposed to. At that point, he was trying to play a card that a woman will respond to.
Right. And
you poor baby, you had a miscarriage.
Exactly. And I'm just using that as an example of something where you can just relay some information that's very sensitive in your household to someone else that you're like, this is just a friend, and then all of a sudden you start really relying on that person for emotional support instead of your significant other. I'm sorry, go ahead. Into the room, walking in fresh in scrubs, just delivered a baby. He in here trying to tell men ways how to get away with cheating. Hey, JR. Hey.
Welcome.
Hey.
What's up? But I did not deliver a baby this time. I didn't do that, but we won't talk about what I just did. So.
I'm sure we do not want to know.
You definitely don't want to know that one today.
He was playing doctor.
As long as you didn't take a
In a
private
different
part from a
manner.
man, I'm good.
No, we didn't do that. But preserving life. Let me just leave it like that right there. Preserving life.
Preserving life. Huh.
That's a blessing.
It's an interesting
Yeah.
thing.
That's cool. That's cool.
So what's up?
We talking about cheating.
What defines cheating, JR?
I don't know. Did
Share
it get
with
caught?
us.
Did they get caught?
Is that what defines it?
I'm asking a question.
It doesn't matter if they got caught or not.
That's true because it's not a crime. You ain't a crook till you get caught too.
I'm just saying.
Not necessary because you can lie to
The
yourself.
best criminals ain't never been to
Look
jail.
here. All I'm saying is, if a person did get caught, then the only people that know is you, that person, and God. So
You better not tell God.
well, he already knew when you put it in your mind that your ass was gonna cheat. So
Is that still cheating? Just if only two of you guys know about it?
did y'all get caught?
What to catch about
No.
that is people
Oh,
think
well,
it's
no.
discreet with certain people, but that's when it gets thrown back up.
Right.
You know.
So when
Unfortunately,
when
that's when
fall in
people make
love
mistakes.
and they get sprung off the real bond. Then what? Now they want to try to mess your home up, thinking that you gonna come to them when your home blow up.
Well, see, that's why you got to set the rules and regulations of the ball game early.
Oh no. Listen, because fellas think they're immune to it, and listen when I tell you.
The fellas are not immune to it. I'm gonna tell you that
Yeah,
right
you
now.
done said they the ones who
Wait a minute. Don't be
JR
coming here
is in
getting
the
all drunk
building.
on the mic in your scrubs.
I'm gonna back you
We'll
up.
send you to the hospital.
I will back you up on that. Without a shadow of a doubt.
HR.
Because,
they are the worst ones when it comes to want to expose somebody because they in their feelings. I mean, but you, like you said, if you didn't get caught,
Yeah, she
and
must
then all the
have.
people that know are the people that participate.
Well,
And at
I mean,
that point-
the whole thing of it is, when two people are stepping out or what have you, feelings can get involved, and some people sometimes cannot keep that in check and keep everything in perspective for what it is. And so when that happens, and one or both individuals realize that they really need to just break it off because you can't maintain the discreetness at the particular time.
Yeah,
You see what I'm
can.
saying?
And you know what happens too? It's like within that dynamic, it'll be because y'all know what's going on. Like let's say she got a dude at home and he got a girl at home, so y'all cheating together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's really the only dynamic that you can be completely honest because that person knows your biggest secret. So now.
It doesn't
Now,
mean-
you're creating an honor among thieves kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
that's
right. Well,
Miss
now
Goody,
you have honor
where-
among thieves.
Miss Goody, where you from? Where you from, Miss Goody?
Dallas, baby.
You from Dallas? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
you said you had a website.
Oh, yeah.
What's your website?
Look at she don't even want to put it out now.
I do. I'm an intimacy consultant.
Intimate. Oh.
Nice.
So, that's deep.
Hit me up on Facebook. Like my page. Say something with Lady T. We can talk about. We can talk about that later.
I'm Goody Howard I'm Ask Goody on everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Ask Goody.
Goody Howard.
Nobody should
Man.
step outside a relationship and mess with anything less than what they have at home.
I mean, and not necessarily less too. It's just like
But you really
if
just said
it's in you,
Because
it's
that's
in
the
you.
truth.
You know what I'm saying? You might not.
No,
may
you
not
shouldn't
be
do it at
doing
all
it.
anyway. But that goes back to what I was saying about the wrong or right. Either you're going to do right or wrong. And that's the bottom line. And we all got
It's
wrong
all
in
a
us
choice.
just as much as right.
It's all a choice.
Yeah,
It is
that's-
all-
wrong or right is a
absolutely
choice.
decision.
I just want to do
The
great.
question is it a habit?
Great at cheating.
JR is talking about.
Even if it's not a habit, if you do it one time, it's wrong.
Now, you know what? I want to throw this in here before we end. Now, how far would you go to prove somebody is cheating? Now, you know what?
I'm not doing it.
I ain't going
You
that
know
far.
what?
Either.
I don't know why Cheaters
I think
still has
I'm never gonna
episodes here in Dallas, but Cheaters is still running after people with cameras. Why?
Yeah.
Because people are allowing them to.
Because
Because
those are
people
people
watch
that
it.
ain't never
'Cause I-
cheated. I call them cheaters.
And they trying to learn how to be a good cheater.
All the cheaters,
Yeah, I
all the
watch it.
cheaters like, I ain't telling nothing.
But I think you do have to
No,
ask yourself, like,
exactly.
how far. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not going. I think people are crazy that they go through to prove that the person is cheating. Because the thing is, if you feel it in your spirit that it's happening, you're going to believe the person you're with, even if they're
9
not cheating.
times out
If
of
you
9 it's
decide
happening.
in your spirit that they're doing it, no matter what they do, you always going to believe they're cheating. So why waste your time? Why waste their time, baby? Pack it up.
Exactly. But you know
I mean,
what?
who has time to go through phones and follow people around?
Girl, if I got to check your mileage before you leave this house,
Okay.
and when you get back,
Who has time for
and,
that?
and check your phone.
Stop it.
And I'm
Stop
hiding
it.
the pictures with leaves taped to
Yeah.
my forehead, and I'm
Yeah.
at your lobby in your job with holes in the newspaper trying to act like I'm not there. I don't have that kind of time.
Right. If I'm
That's a
borrowing
second job.
friends' cars, doing stakeouts and stuff, rolling
Sending
around
other
in
people by your
bushes,
That's a whole nother job.
you know.
That's a whole other second job, and I'm not even
Yeah.
getting paid for it. It's gonna cost me money. I have had homegirls borrow my car so they can follow they do in my car because they know his car. Look, if that's what you want to do, just fill that bitch up before you bring it back. I don't have that kind of time.
But the bottom line, we have choices, and you can't stop a person from doing what they're going to do. It could
That's
take
right.
5 minutes anywhere, and you can't stop it. It's
Right,
either
you
you're
can
going to do the right thing or you're
daytime,
not.
nighttime, work, lunch break, wherever
I
you
already
find
made
it.
my
If you
mind up. I ain't
decide
going
that
to kill
your partner is
myself
cheating,
over.
But if you decide whether they're cheating or not, if you decided that your partner is cheating, it doesn't matter what they do to quote unquote prove to you that they're not. If you believe that they are, it doesn't matter what they do, you're gonna always believe they're cheating. So you just need to call it a loss, grow up, get some counseling, and do something else with your life.
You know what? And then
Yeah.
the thing
When
with
you
me
meet
is-
people, you be like, I don't think I'm gonna be that honest right off the bat.
Yeah, because
I might not be that true to you, but I'm gonna be true enough to make you happy.
you
enough.
know what? And one thing,
Okay, but you know what though?
Leave
If
it
we
to the
together,
resident
and
doctor
I
to
don't
leave
know
some-
you got somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because you can kind of know when something's falling off in your household. You know what I'm saying, or in your
Yeah,
relationship. If you can keep a side chick, and I don't know about her because nothing is dripping off in our
good.
relationship, you deserve that bitch. Congratulations.
that boy, and the words that come to mind, that boy good. That boy good.
Right? That boy good. He earned it.
I
He
mean-
earned it, honey.
I mean,
He earned that
words
side
from
piece
a
of
black
chicken.
woman is as long as you maintain your household, you can do whatever you want to do.
No, that's did you
Absolutely
say?
not.
No,
Absolutely
because
not.
a black woman said that from an article. 20 years of marriage, 18
Well,
years
I
of
disagree.
18 years
A
of
lot
cheating
of
on her
women do a lot
husband.
of things.
No,
A lot
sir.
of
I am a black.
Nah.
K-Joy is a black woman.
I
I'm
can't
here to
agree with
say
that one.
I
And
disagree.
Lady T says that is some
I'm
bull,
saying
and
from
I'm
an
That
article
is not
I
going going down.
You gonna come home and it's gonna
I did.
be fire, and it ain't
No, I
gonna
did.
be
I said from an
Ohio
article I
way.
read,
You know
a
what?
black woman.
We talked
Fire.
about that. We talked about that a little earlier. JR wasn't here, but we talked about. I mean, I mentioned that.
Yeah.
There's so many women out there that are like, hey, as long as he's bringing
As
down
long
the
as
check, I don't care
as
what he's
long as
doing.
but you
But
know,
that all comes back to kind of the
I'm
relationship.
not
you have and
necessarily
what you
saying
want.
that. I'm just saying from the article I read,
That's what
the
it
word
says.
was from her
Right.
is that she was married, been married for 20 years.
Then
Been,
you
been
threw
cheating
anyway.
on, been
Yeah.
cheating on her husband 18 of those
She's the
20
one
years.
cheating.
Wow.
wow,
With
she's
one
good.
with one guy, and she said the key has always been to maintain our household as it's always been. Vacations, family time, whatever. It ain't for us to agree or disagree. I'm just stating
Right.
what the
Right,
article said.
right.
And so what
He
I'm
didn't know.
saying,
Her husband didn't know either, did he?
no, because she maintained and kept up
What she
whatever.
was doing.
You see what
You
I'm
got
saying?
some slick women out there,
So
man.
it's
Some
possible. I mean,
slick women out
women
there.
are the best cheaters.
Listen,
I do
the cats-
agree.
the difference between cats and dogs is
If she
cats come
cheating
up and
18 out of 20 years, that means that was normal. So it wasn't
The
no
difference-
difference. You know what I mean?
But the difference, she was married to two people. That's what that was. But the difference, the difference between
However you
cats
wanna
and
call
dogs-
Hey,
it.
polygamy
I'm just saying.
can go both ways. I'm just here to say it.
Yeah, no.
So how long did
the
you
difference
cheat?
between cats and dogs is cats cover up their shit.
See,
What?
How long did you cheat on your relationship?
You know, you're in my personal business right now. Anyway, moving on. You know, and then some people say, I got a really, really good man at home. I got a really, really good woman at home. But still, you find a reason to cheat. Are you,
But there's normally well, I can't say that. I've heard guys say both sides of the spectrum. Sometimes there's nothing missing at home, but
Yeah.
they just don't
they
want the
just greedy.
same pussy. Then I've heard other guys say
Right.
different, that, you know, hey, you know, we were missing this and that at home. I'm not getting it from married and single men, you know, but it just, again, it comes back to knowing who, if you can know that person. Granted, I know we don't want to take it to a whole nother spectrum and
gonna
not
let
knowing
you
who
get to
you
know
with, but
So-
I mean, definitely it
You have
comes
to
down
like
to
who
having
you
that
with. You have to-
conversation.
The bottom line is
You
you're
have
either
to
gonna do
like
right or
who
wrong.
you
I
with.
guarantee if you apply
She's
that
laughing.
to your principle, you're either gonna do right or wrong. We all got a choice to do right or wrong. And just because you got a good person don't mean they ain't gonna do wrong.
Very true.
true, true,
That's
You can be
true,
happy and greedy. It happens.
Well, you
Right.
don't underestimate a person. That's all. We all capable of something, and
That's right.
all
Oh,
things,
yeah.
good, bad, or indifferent.
That's right.
So
And my thing
as
is-
soon as you underestimate, that's when it's going to happen. As soon as you think you got, you know, him or her in your back pocket, that's when they're about to step out.
Yep.
So
See, and then there's this thing called revenge cheating that a lot of people don't really focus
Think
on.
about.
You gonna cheat it, you gonna admit it to. Okay, all right, that's nice.
That's the
Thank you
dumbest
for
shit.
sharing.
That's the dumbest shit. Oh my
Yeah,
It is
yeah, that's.
ignorant. It
I'm
is.
finna go out and I'm
That's
finna
why
sleep
we
with somebody, and I'm gonna have that the whole over your head.
But what happens when that person comes up pregnant or bringing something home?
Right.
Things just
Girl,
got
what
real.
grade-
Right.
What grade are we in that I'm gonna cheat on you instead of leave you?
Right.
What
In-
grade are we in?
in the
Fifth
words
grade?
of-
Ain't no way.
In the words
You
of
don't-
Trina
There's only
Braxton
30.
from the Braxtons, we just had an oral transaction. What
because
the-
that's not
Oh,
sex.
what?
according to
Oral
Bill
transaction.
Clinton.
Girl on a Braxton.
That is considered-
Trina
okay,
Braxton's
seriously.
husband
Bill
was
Clinton-
cyber cheating
Bill
on
Clinton
her.
said that wasn't sex. Bill Clinton said it was sex.
We ain't worried about
We're
Bill
not
right
talking
now.
about Bill.
But
like
on the
Bill.
Braxtons,
We like Bill
You
Clinton.
like
Trina's husband
That
was
was
having
not sex.
cyber sex, so
It was
she
wrong.
had
It was a
oral
blow
sex
job.
with someone in her band, and she
So it's
referred
okay?
to it as it
It's
wasn't
okay.
cheating;
She
it was an
gets
oral
paid from somebody else?
transaction.
She got paid for it?
No, she didn't get paid
That's
for
what it
it.
sound like.
Because of the
No,
transaction.
he in her band, she paying him.
Oh, well, she's
the hell
giving or
is wrong
receiving.
with that?
I think that matters.
Sound like a gigolo.
I was gonna say there's something not right with
Yeah, I'm
Was
just.
she
I'm,
giving it or getting it? I don't understand.
she was giving it. She wasn't getting nothing, and they
Oh
all.
no, she giving head.
she
It's
giving
no
money
pumpkin.
back.
No.
Everybody
If
told
I'm
her she's
cheating,
I
I'm
mean,
cheating
you know, she get like a 99 fry or something, burger.
I mean, I teach oral technique workshops. I'm not opposed to it. What I'm saying is, if I'm
She
cheating,
get a Happy Meal.
Well, evidently
what
she
JR
didn't
said.
want the steak and shrimp. He'll feed her, I'm pretty sure.
But let me ask you this: why is everybody so focused on the cheating, and that's why the relationships are messed up, because everybody focusing 90% on the cheating, and they missing out on all the good stuff that you could do in life together.
Okay.
Why is everybody focused on the cheating?
because they're trying to figure
It
out the
happens.
reason why.
Yeah,
If that's
we-
It
if
don't
that's what's
matter.
going
We wanna know
on,
why.
if
One
that's
person
what's
can't
going
You will
on.
never,
satisfy
you can't
100%
know
of my
everything
needs.
in this world.
I mean, I agree, but
You
I do
can't
think
know
you
everything
can
in
try
the
to communicate
But
to
that
fix
is
it.
one
I mean,
thing when
if
you-
there are things that are missing in that relationship, you can attempt to
Right.
figure it out. And some people, you're right, you're never gonna know.
Sometimes you can't enjoy the beauty of the relationship because you focus on all the negativity.
Well, and we're not taking it to the extreme of these women that are out there their man may not be cheating and they are just going ballistic. I mean, talking about realistic stuff that is.
Because Because when
It's
I
on
want to
the
come
table,
home, I don't
but-
want to be hearing about what you do today and all. No, like, hey, baby, I had a nice day. I thought about us doing this.
But
Let's
you know
focus
what?
on the nice stuff.
What's
But
wrong
here's
with
the
how
thing.
was your day?
Yeah, how's your day? And
There is nothing wrong with
why,
that.
most
But I think he's
relationships
talking
talk
about the
the
ones
What do you
cheating
want
that.
for
aspect of
dinner?
it.
Do
Yeah.
y'all believe that one person can satisfy 100% of all your needs?
No.
No,
No, it's an 80-20.
I don't agree with that.
I think if you can love a person 50% and respect them the other 50%, then that's all you need.
But I
That's
also
all
don't
you
think
need.
I'd have to cheat to be satisfied.
I got to.
You got to cheat?
Say
didn't say
something
that.
else, JR,
Oh.
with that.
Say what?
You got to? Is that what you said?
I thought you said you got to cheat.
I thought that's what he was saying. Is that
Yeah,
not what
he's
he
saying he got to cheat.
Right.
I'm saying I got a pack of AA batteries. Anyway, let us know
He'll
how
say
we
he'll
can,
probably watch.
Yeah. I'll watch and participate.
That's why I have a lock on my door and I moved. You don't know where I stay. Anyway, go ahead. Tell us where we can find you, Mr. No Shirt Comedian.
Well, Google the No Shirt Comedian, the THE, and then No Shirt Comedian, and you'll find me on everything, all over the place. I'm getting ready to be in, we taped a show called The Open Book Show. Check me out on Facebook, and they got all the information on there. We have a launch party coming up this Friday at 7 o'clock. We need all the donations we can get. We shot it in the studio. The studio is owned by Greg Ellis. He was the ex-Dallas Cowboy, and it's a movie called Carter. He was the executive producer of Carter. And so I'm in this, The Open Book Show is a TV talk show by Cynthia Banks, and it's going to be off the hook, man. So just check me out on Google the No Shirt Comedian. You'll get me on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, my website, everything.
Okay, cool.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
K-Joy?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for having me on. You can check out my blog on Tuesdays, post it early in the morning. You can also friend me on Facebook under KJoy, J-O-I Johnson. I post every Tuesday about everyday life.
Okay. Miss Goody? We can
Yes,
just hit
ma'am.
you. We can just hit you up. You Goody all day, huh?
I'm Ask Good, ASKOODY on everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest. Everything.
Got you. And you can always find me here at tmiradio.com. My next topic is going to be October 1st, and we're going, ladies.